Welcome back, Tomb Raider fans. My name is Rox and I'm doing another tutorial for Rise of the Tomb Raider. And this time I'm actually going to show you where to find all of the four pieces to the Grim Whisperer, which is one of the special bows in the game. Now you have to find all of these pieces and not in any particular order either, because I'm going to show you that I went it out sort of not in the pace that the game was showing me. It also doesn't really matter because, like I said, you need all four pieces for it to work. And by the time that you get the last piece of the Grim Whisperer, you're pretty much at the end of the game. So it feels like it's kind of useless that you get this bow so late in the game and then it's not even that strong. But what it does have is a very, very fast draw. But with some of the other abilities that Lara gets, like shooting two bows, simultaneously. Sometimes you can even do up to three really fast. It can cause some serious damage and sometimes even kill. But by the point you get to the last part of the game, it's almost like I said useless because a lot of the enemy is already wearing armor. But the second one is in the Lost City, and it's towards the southern part of the map as I'm showing you here, and it's also kind of tricky. By this point you should have the rebreather too, because if you're playing through the campaign you would notice that Lara can now breathe underwater indefinitely. But this crypt is inside underneath the water, so you need to jump into the water in this area and then go through some windows and through some doors. And like I said, you don't need to get all of these parts in any particular order. Like I said, these pieces are no good to you until you get all four pieces. So I waited until I got into the Lost City to make it, at least to get my second one. And then I figured I'm gonna go back and then finally get the other two. Where the last two are actually located in the Geothermal Valley. Now I went for the one. I think my third one that I went for was the lower part of the map, which is the southern part of the map, and you'll see this path that is alongside this cliff. And if you just follow this path all the way up, you'll run into one of the crypts. And inside the crypt, you'll find, well, one of the pieces to the Grim Whisperer. Another thing about the crypts is that there's no challenge to them. They're not like the challenge tombs. Now, the crypts, the only thing that you really have to worry about is the obstacle that's in front of you, like usually a barricaded wall or something. But you'll need like explosives or some sort of like something in order to get past it. But there's no challenge or no puzzles inside it, so you can pretty much just explore the crypt and then get to the item and get out. Now, the fourth one that I got was behind the waterfall in the northern part of the Geothermal Valley, and there's a particular path that you need to take. Because the crypt is actually in the center, right in the middle of the waterfall, and you have to get to the waterfall in one particular way. Now, the path that I'm showing you is, I think it's the one intended. It's where you just kind of drop down on these little sort of stepping stones that I'm calling them, that are alongside this cliff. And you just keep dropping down. And once you level yourself in this one area where you can see this camp over to one side, which I'll show you right here. Once you see that camp, then you'll be able to see another stepping stone just across the way with a backpack. Once you get into that backpack, you'll get some more revealments of items in the map. But the crypt is right over on the other side of that wall, the waterfall, and you just take a leap of faith because you really almost don't even see the platform, but just jump right into the middle, and Laura should grab on and just pull herself up. Once you explore the cave inside, you'll find one of the pieces to the ancient bow, or the Grim Whisperer. Once you get the last piece, just just travel back to one of the base camps, and you'll see, like I said, there's nothing really special about this bow. By this point, you'll probably still be using the compound bow because it is the strongest one in the game. But it is slow on the draw, and, well, the Grim Whisperer is just the only difference between the Grim Whisperer and the Hornbow is that the Grim Whisperer just slightly has a better damage ratio than the other one. But, like I said, the Grim Whisperer is pretty fast, and I found it useful, especially when I was out there hunting. But against some of the elite soldiers, it really didn't do so well, other than it would just alert them that I was shooting at them because they were wearing so much heavy armor. But anyways, I hope you guys found this video useful. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Leave me a like. My name is Rox, and I'll see you guys next time.